All right, Jordan.
Where have you been? It's supposed to be here ages ago.
Yeah, you said meet at the spa, so I've been stood in the frozen food aisle for the last hour.
No, I didn't mean...
It's too late now, Jordan. You need to be clearer with your instructions. Honestly, amateurs. Hello, I'm Munya Chawawa, and this is Deep Issue Massage, the show that tackles deep issues and deep tissues. Today's guest is a musician, actor, poet, presenter, and pretty indecisive if you ask me. It's Jordan Stevens! So did you want a Scotch egg or...?
No, I don't want a Scotch egg.
Yeah. We should probably...
Yeah, we should.
Sorry about the supermarket thing, by the way. Can tell you're a little annoyed.
Stop.
Okay, yeah. I tell you, Jordan, this is the life.
It is the life.
So this part of the show is called facial expressions. So we're going to get a facial, and you can just express yourself on a number of things, yeah? Let it all out. So masseuses, let the facials begin. A little birdie tells me you're a bit of a Space Jam fan.
I've just seen the film Space Jam 1 about 100 times, I think. I adored the film as a child, and I don't think any cartoon character, real actor combo has ever really surpassed what happened in 1996, man, you know what I'm saying?
Can you recite any of the film?
I'm gonna play for the championship team, then I'll play in the NBA, then I'll play baseball just like you, Dad. Baseball, no, that's a sport. And after that, I suppose you're gonna fly, huh? And then he turns around and he bounces. He jumps.
How do you feel about your last name?
Yeah, I don't like it.
To be fair, Jordan Stevens is the name that police officers see on a custody list and go, do you know what, just let him go.
Why?
Because it's like double-barreled whiteness.
Yeah, it is.
To be fair, you've had another great name, which was during your Star Wars cameo.
Yeah.
What were you, Inspector Tonk?
No, I was not Inspector Tonk.
That's what my girlfriend calls me during role play.
Really? Wow.
Welcome in, Inspector Tonk.
The maddest thing about that experience is I didn't audition. This is what's so crazy about acting.
White privilege.
And my agent rang me up and said, "Oh, you got to sign an NDA to read this script called Los Alamos." And I was like, "All right, cool." And I opened it up, and one of the first lines of dialogue was literally from Darth Vader. And I was like,
crazy, the first line was Darth Vader.
And I was like, yo, and I rang my agent, was like, yo, this is Star Wars, man, what's going on? And they were like, oh, right, okay, well, are you free Friday? And I was like, oh, yeah, what do I have to learn? They were like, no, they want you on set Friday.
Did you get to hold a lightsaber?
I didn't, man.
Man, come on.
That isn't really in that. There aren't Jedis in Rogue One.
That's not Tonk's way.
I was on a mission to save the galaxy. Yeah, no biggie, I just saved the galaxy.
How do you feel about the fact that you have 4 unreleased songs with Pharrell?
It's an ongoing debate in my mind whether or not, it's can be classed as a regret or not. I mean, my life would be very different if we released one particular song we made with Pharrell, which was in itself an incredible song. Part of me believes if we had released that song and it had done as well as it could have done, I really think it might have sent me over the edge, I can't lie.
Damn.
I was really close. I was really not in the most stable space mentally around that time, around the second album. I think another kind of projection or trajection into, do you know what I mean? Like if we had gone over to America at that time or something like that, I think I could have just partied myself to death. It
would have been too much.
It was right at the point of Pharrell's like renaissance, is it right? Is that right? The right term? We were actually in the studio when he recorded Happy, and he goes, 2 seconds guys, and goes in, he's like, clap along if you feel. And we were like, that sounds like a good tune, you know what I mean? So then yeah, we would have had that record out right at the time when Pharrell was everywhere. So yeah, it could have been a huge moment.
If in that moment you'd gone, hey bro, I think you should change this note, you could have had royalties in that song. You are an idiot. Wow, Jordan, I feel significantly. I feel relaxed.
It's honestly been
really
incredible.
Nice.
I just want this to carry on for
the temples are really templing right now.
Yeah.
Well, look, we're going to flip onto our stomachs now for a little thing I like to call pressure points.
Okay.
So if you just want to rotate slowly like a rotisserie chicken in the window of an Oxford Circus shop.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Oh.
So, Jordan, this bit of the show is called Pressure Points. We're having a bit of a deep tissue massage, and we can talk about some of the highs and lows of Jordan Stevens. Rizzle Kicks. First official single in 2011, I believe. 5 UK top 10s. It was a lot at a young age, though. And I wanted to know what did that do to you?
I think the most notable thing about achieving a notoriety that quickly was very little time to adjust. And I don't think I'd grown up enough to understand myself. And I think you see this a lot with young people who become famous. They are suspended in a kind of state of immaturity, perhaps, and are less able to deal with knocks and falls when they come. It's just a bizarre space to be in. I think ultimately I realized that I'm a very sensitive person, and I started finding ways to cope, and it ended up being things like drugs and sex and whatever else.
For me, in the last 4 years, that's when my whole life has changed.
Yeah.
So in some ways, I was very ready for it because I literally lived the simulation in my mind 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I imagined what it would be like. But now I've got to a phase where there are some things that even I'm struggling to cope with. I find myself getting filmed a lot.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I might be eating in a restaurant or just like having a donut just like walking on the pavement, having a donut, and someone's filming me from across the road. If you're a self-conscious person anyway, or you're like a bit of an introvert, which I am, I'm used to making my videos in my room. To suddenly have people kind of watching your every move when you're not performing, you think to yourself like, am I chewing right? Am I chewing the correct way? Am I walking the correct way?
I would say it's good that you have that at this age, at least gathered a few life lessons, moving into that, ways to deal with it that are more healthy and more mature.
Something that I saw about you, which I was really pleasantly surprised because I didn't know you'd gone into acting, was a Netflix thing you did called Tucked.
Oh yeah.
Where you played a drag queen.
Yeah.
As somebody in the music world, in particular, somebody who did rap, hip hop, etc., that's the last thing you go into.
Yeah.
By all the traditional sort of standards of the genre.
Yeah, the toxic traits of hip hop. I grew up around a lot of gay people. I've got this incredible gay godfather called David McArdle, who is a beautiful singer, and so the kind of fluidity of sexuality or queerness was not something that was alien to me at all. I got offered this film last minute. Someone dropped out. I had 3 or 4 days to prep, and it was to play a gender fluid cross-dresser, and I thought, wow, this is a great opportunity for me to tap into a part of me that already exists. I really felt quite empowered, actually. I felt like that. I have that energy in me. We need to have those energies inside of us. And also in terms of hip hop, man, listen, I've always been a outcast. I've always been an underdog. Everyone's always put me down about it, thinking I can't do this, can't do that. Real recognize real. People who are into their lyrics and their bars and whatever else, they know their with me. But I'm not trying to keep up with these kind of binary notions of masculinity or gender. I don't give a And also, I think that's the most gangster you can do. I don't. If people say you can't do that, well, I am. I can do what I want. No one can tell me what I can dress like or what clothes is what. No one can tell me that. And I would argue that that's more gangster than people who are too scared to step outside of the box.
When you think about like love now, a lot of the relationships that get fed back to us are famous people who it didn't work out. And you look at them and it's proper disheartening because you're like, wait a minute, not only are you the most good looking people in the world, but you also have some of the most money in the world. You get to live your dream life every day. And you see them falling apart, you think, well, gosh, what's going to happen to me then? But like you said, it's about sitting down and looking at that list and going, what's good for my soul? Like, what's nourishing for me? And for me, I was just like supportive and laughter.
And the idea of being silly in a relationship, I think that is...
That's key for
Bro.
That's the one.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's only so much posing a person can do. I get moments of kind of transcended connection with my girlfriend where she makes me laugh, man. She's so funny. And I actually wrote a list of in lockdown I was doing some serious self-healing, and I wrote a list of what I decided I wanted from a partner. I became very sure that I valued my own energy And I wanted to only exchange that loving energy with a person who could meet these points, because I decided I knew what I wanted from love, which I hadn't really decided before. And funny was up there, man, or comedy.
You mentioned having to do a lot of self-healing during lockdown. When going through that list or those things, what was something that you found helped you the most?
Anger, for me, has been the route to love, which I'm fascinated by, because our idea of anger in society, I think, is that it's something to pull away from, to not show, to whatever. But healthy anger can really change your life. For me, it was the root of my addiction, not dealing with anger. I was turning it inwards. Healthy anger is essentially setting boundaries, man. It's essentially saying, I value this in my life, and if you're not willing to give it to me, then that's it. That was what clicked for me in lockdown, where I went, this is what I want, and you're not overstepping this mark. And you can lay this is what's mad, you can lay a boundary lovingly. And the maddest thing about a boundary is it shows you who really cares about you. Because if you lay a boundary to somebody, if you say no, and they kick up a fuss, then they're using you, this is generally speaking. And sometimes it's someone you love, and you just gotta let them know that. And I think you lay your boundaries, and you see who's really there for you, and that will change your life.
So Jordan, there's one more part of the interview, and I'm gonna need you to put your face in this hole. 3, 2, 1, go. So Jordan, this is the last part of the interview. It is called Chop Chop. Quickfire questions meets karate chops. 3, 2, 1, go! Do you think that crabs think we walk sideways?
Yes.
What inspires your fashion sense?
Dogs.
Do you suffer from hay fever, or would you rather not say?
I'd rather not say.
What happened to Wildhood?
It's on ice.
Weirdest food combo you love?
Hot cross bun and cheese.
What is your favourite cheese?
A mature cheddar.
What is the best present you've received from Jade? PG, please.
Grills.
And time. Well, Jordan, I don't know about you, but I feel well and truly relaxed.
Me too.
Well, I've been Munya Chawawa, he's been Inspector Tonk, and this has been Deep Issue Massage. See ya!
Pow pow.